You think Arnold's workouts were intense? Let me tell you about watching him eat. That was a whole different kind of spectacle. This was 1975, and I'm sitting across from Arnold at this little diner near Gold's Gym. We'd just finished a brutal 2-hour chest and back session, and I'm exhausted, barely able to lift my fork. Arnold? He's got 3 plates in front of him. 3, and he's eating like he's in a race. The breakfast ritual. Arnold's day started with breakfast at 6 a.m., right before training. But this wasn't your normal breakfast. This was a production. He'd order 5 whole eggs, not egg whites, whole eggs, scrambled with cheese, a huge stack of whole wheat pancakes, a bowl of oatmeal with honey, 2 glasses of whole milk, and a protein shake on the side. The waitress looked at him like he was crazy. "Is someone else joining you, honey?" Arnold just smiled that famous smile. "No, this is all for me. The body is a machine. You want it to perform? You must fuel it properly." And he'd eat every single bite while reading the newspaper, while talking about his next movie role, like it was the most normal thing in the world to consume 2,000 calories before most people were even awake. Arnold had this saying, "You can't build a cathedral with small bricks." He'd point at his plate and say, "This is construction material. Every bite is a brick. You want big muscles? You need big meals." But here's what separated Arnold from everyone else. It wasn't just about eating a lot. It was about eating with purpose. He tracked everything. He knew exactly how many grams of protein he was getting, how many calories, what ratio of carbs to protein to fat. This was the 1970s, remember? Before fitness apps and macro calculators, Arnold was doing this with a pen and paper, writing down every meal in a little notebook he carried everywhere. "Most people eat to satisfy hunger," he'd say. "I eat to build the greatest physique in the world. There's a difference." Arnold was absolutely obsessed with protein. Obsessed. His target was 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. He weighed about 235 pounds in his prime, so that meant 235 grams of protein every single day. Do you know how much chicken that is? It's a lot of chicken. I remember one afternoon at his apartment. He opens his refrigerator, and it's just chicken. Containers and containers of grilled chicken breast. Nothing else. Just chicken. "Where's your food?" I asked. He looked at me confused. "This is my food. Chicken, rice, vegetables. This is what champions eat." Breakfast was eggs. Lunch was chicken and rice. Dinner was steak and potatoes. And between meals, protein shakes, cottage cheese, tuna straight from the can. I watched him eat a can of tuna once. No plate, no fork. Just opened it and ate it with his fingers while reading a script for Conan the Barbarian. "Arnold, that's disgusting," I said. He shrugged. "Disgusting is being weak. This is protein. This is growth." But the most important meal of the day for Arnold was right after training. He called it the golden hour. The first hour after workout is when the muscle is hungry, he'd explain. You must feed it immediately, like putting gas in the car when the tank is empty. His post-workout meal was legendary. We're talking 8 to 10 ounces of steak or chicken, a massive serving of rice or potatoes, vegetables, which he'd eat but clearly didn't enjoy, a protein shake, sometimes a banana or apple, and he'd eat it fast, like he was on a timer, because in his mind, he was. Every minute that passed after training was a minute of potential muscle growth wasted. Franco Columbu told me that Arnold once got stuck in traffic after a workout, and he was genuinely stressed. Not about being late, about missing his post-workout meal window. The muscle, Arnold kept saying, "The muscle is waiting. We must feed it." They ended up stopping at a grocery store, and Arnold bought a rotisserie chicken. And now, Arnold wasn't a monk. The man loved to eat, and sometimes that meant indulging. Sunday was his cheat day. After the morning workout, he'd go to this Austrian restaurant in Los Angeles and order schnitzel, sausages, sauerkraut, potatoes, the whole feast from his childhood. But even his cheat meals had strategy. "I earn this," he'd say. 6 days of discipline, 1 day of pleasure. This is balance. This keeps the mind happy so the body can work hard. He'd eat his massive Austrian meal, laugh with friends, drink beer, enjoy life. And then, Monday morning, right back to the eggs and chicken and rice. No guilt, no "oh, I ruined my diet" mentality. Just pleasure on Sunday, discipline on Monday. "Life is meant to be enjoyed," he said once. But success requires sacrifice. I sacrifice 6 days, I enjoy 1 day. This is the price of greatness. Arnold also used supplements, but not like today. This was before pre-workout and BCAAs and all that fancy stuff. His supplement routine was simple. Protein powder, which tasted absolutely terrible back then, amino acid tablets, a basic multivitamin, desiccated liver tablets, which he swore by. Those liver tablets, though, they smelled awful, like death in a bottle. But Arnold would take handfuls of them throughout the day. "Champions do what others won't," he'd say, swallowing 5 pills at once. "These give me energy. These give me strength. Small price to pay." What always amazed me wasn't just how much Arnold ate. It was the consistency. Day after day after day. The same meals, the same schedule. Never missing, never slipping. I asked him once, "Don't you get bored eating chicken and rice every single day?" He looked at me like I'd asked the stupidest question in the world. "Bored?" he said. "Do you think Michelangelo got bored painting the Sistine Chapel? This is my art. This is my craft. Every meal is a brushstroke." Then he flexed his arm. 22 inches of pure muscle. This doesn't come from excitement. This comes from discipline. Excitement fades. Discipline builds legends. Arnold used to say that most people fail not in the gym, but in the kitchen. "Training for 2 hours is easy," he'd explained. "It's fun. You get the pump, you feel strong. But eating correctly for the other 22 hours, that's where champions are made." He treated every meal like it was part of his training. If he needed to eat and wasn't hungry, he ate anyway. The muscle doesn't care if you're hungry. It needs fuel. If he was at a party and everyone else was eating pizza, he'd pull out his container of chicken and rice from his bag. No shame, no excuses. "They can laugh now," he'd say. "But when I'm on stage winning Mr. Olympia, who's laughing then?" People always want to know Arnold's workout secrets. But the real secret was simpler than that. He ate like a champion 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No shortcuts. No, "I'll start tomorrow." No, just this once. Every single meal was strategic. Every single bite had purpose. I'll never forget what he told me at that diner, sitting across from those 3 empty plates. "Anyone can train hard for 2 hours. But living like a champion all day, every day, that's what separates the good from the great." He wiped his mouth, stood up, and headed back to the gym for his afternoon session. Still hungry, apparently. That was Arnold.